Her entire existence was formed out of those pages.
Also interested.
Like, obviously, older Beth would be here as well, given how presumably the younger... Well, presumably she might not have a way to go back. I don't know. I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I'll tell you that you would need to keep this all a secret, but I know you wouldn't listen. You'll learn that lesson the hard way. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you are going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you've losing your mind. You're not. You are special. You have been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through all this before. I'm going to prove it to you. Prove it. Below you'll find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It will take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to advantage. You will be prepared for what's coming. October 3rd, 2000. Would be Derek Stevenson has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you will push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong. But the terrible things he say excuse me. But the terrible things he will say at the moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim you gave him concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You'll be transferred to another school. You hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You're special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to it. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. Dr. Hartstoke from next door will pass away. The kids in school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you're hiding it on purpose so then they could buy a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main, and you'll find that something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Michael. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Evidently, when you are able to contain your anger, take her, Michelle even, take her aside and say the following to her: I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. She'll push you away. She will look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She will never tease you again. Erika, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you'll do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you will truly witness that your fate has already been determined. It cannot be changed. Erika will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You will soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You'll find people who respect you for who you are very soon. You will take the night bus home. There will only be another passenger on board, a scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face? He's going to become important down the line. Huh. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. Oh. September 11th. Right. Didn't pay attention to the date. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Center to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful become when you are unable to prevent it, and you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more, and you'll curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It will take a long time to get over this, but eventually you will. Use this pain to fuel your path forward. You now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what's coming. It won't happen again. Next time you'll be ready. This is the event that you finally make you believe. Any doubt you had will disappear. You're ready to take on the mission. So what's coming? A bit of a jump. 15 years. I wonder if there's more details and things and we're only getting like the snippets. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. The event will be referred to as a fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, then time itself will come to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. If it is your mission, you must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but you need to do so with the following. You need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you will be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Try not to start a relationship of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. I need a drink. This is a lot. Right. This is a lot to go through. This is also very interesting. Like, the reason I skipped like a lot of the emails and stuff. Sure, there's probably some interesting lore tidbits and stuff in there, but it was also. I mean, this is technically not needed as well, but I feel this is a lot more important for the character. Like, this is a lot more background fleshing out that I'm interested in. Sorry, I just spilt water all over the floor. I'm glad there's like some very good background music while this is happening as well. So you're not just hearing appropriate enough dripping water whilst I'm wiping that up. Anyways, Monarch Solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a name by Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine the things around you. Learn the way they move, speak, laugh, copy them, become your surroundings. Train daily. These are the series of skills you need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat, Filipino Kali and Jet Kundo. Weapons training, knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles. One survival. Compartmentalization, lip reading, face reading. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time, you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target. Jack Joyce, he is the one person who can help you in your mission. He is the exception to Rule 1. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar, but do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next step will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him, and he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective. The countermeasure is a device that that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device will be built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Vain? Wait, Jack will show you the way. Achieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task, involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you will be ready for this. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. Over time, you will believe every word, but you will feel unprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you will need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this because I'm already there. Shut up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. You.
It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus. Looks climbable.
I feel like I've skipped a bit. Alright. I'm assuming if we try to go up the ladder, that we won't be able to.
So what was the deal with the power thing?
The power relay is down. You can climb the ladder I lowered to find out what's wrong with it.
Okay. The console here's got 2 red lights, 1 green one.
You'll have to reset the power to the 2 stations with the red lights before activating the relay. Both stations are located above the machine. Just follow the cables to the red lights.
Above the machine. The perfect place for a reset switch, Will.
Now we would go and do these. Cool. Can I go in here? I mean, that is the corridor. They are designed to be walked through, but still. Point stands. Hey, sorry about that.
Why the hell would your brother put maintenance controls way up there?
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think... Of course.
Shit. I'm still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
There we go. Got the jump that time.
Having trouble getting to that red light up there?
Might as well. Boop.
Okay, the first red light is now green.
Yep. It's not the button I wanted to push, but oh.
All right, all lights are green.
Oh, is it the thing itself? Or maybe there's a memory in there. No, it's definitely something else that I've missed. I'm good at missing things. Hang on guys, give me a moment. I really shouldn't care so much, but it's like, but I do. Maybe this isn't something. Okay, I spent too much time looking and getting nowhere. Let's just go. Maybe it's something later. Maybe it's something we've already grabbed. Well, let's go this way so we pass by the doctor. Then we can determine whether or not she, okay. No one has anything else to add. Oh, damn it.
Chronon levels are stable. Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work. It's ready. It's actually functional.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the data into the console.
Okay, figured you might have had something to say.
July 4th, 2010.
What time?
Are you ready?
No. Are you?
No.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait! What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over.
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
Yeah, I've got this. Don't worry.
Oh, of course. But who was that before? Must be very annoying for the other people. Having one guy just stop all the time. Go back and forth.
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
To Beth.
Hey, Bobby Radford coming at you on 4th of July. And what a fine day it is, too. Things are looking up for Riverport. Don't believe me? Just look at that shiny new Monarch building going up. That's a big deal for this town. Sure, I know there's been complaints, talking about how Monarch's tearing down this or that, taking over the mom and pop spots, making Riverport more corporate. Some of that's happening. It ain't all good. A huge corporation like that, you know, they're all about power and profit. But I say, hold on there. Put it in perspective. This town's been miserable for a long time. A long time. When our shipbuilding industry took that final nosedive, we hit one hell of a slump. A lot of people I know have been unemployed for years now, and that's hard. But Monarch's here. And they're starting to change that big time. So they ain't perfect. So what? It beats the alternative. I want to be optimistic about this. It ain't wrong to have a little hope for the future. I want to believe that this is capitalism working as intended, you know? The American way, you could say.
What's going on here? Since when did Will run a graffiti workshop? None of this crap was here in 2016.
Because Beth is here.
It's locked. I gotta check out that gunfire before I go anywhere else.
For some reason I thought it was Hammer.
What the? Someone's in here.
Yeah, we know that. We can hear that.
Who the hell is that? The fuck are they shooting at?
We saw the targets. Don't spook someone with a gun.
Beth? It's me. Hey, 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 hey. What happened to you?
This is it. There's no turning back. Jack?
It's interesting how quickly we get to this to find her.
Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for months trying to find a way to get back. I wasn't the only one.
Ah, so this happened in the future.
Stop! I followed him back. He set William's machine to 1999. The first possible exit point.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm on your side.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Wilder. There's some things you need to know.
You're the reason he built the countermeasure. And you've been here ever since. 11 years. Why? Why didn't you come back?
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
She had changed. And there was a weight in her eyes. She was hiding something.
She always was.
I can't do this anymore. Can't. I can't fucking do this.
What exactly do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
Oh. Oh, geez, another longer journal. Here I am back in time. I've already lived. Back in the time I already lived once before. No idea how long I need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This is how it was supposed to go. This wasn't a plan. If I'm going to come to terms of that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this to but myself. So hello again, me. So all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Admiral. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Admiral switched the date at the last moment. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward. And when I exit the corridor, I arrived in the one place I never thought possible, the end of time. I know, what if they just travelled further than that? Semantics. My greatest fear was realised. I was still trying to grasp what this means. My entire life had been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw was a proof that it couldn't be stopped. I can't believe that. There's a logic to this, a meaning. Just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down the details at the end of time, not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix William's machine, but somebody beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time the machine could operate. The first time the core was activated, February 28th, 1999. I followed him through. That's when I found William still alive, much younger than I've ever seen him. I warned him about the fracture. I told him that he was the only one who could create a solution. He begged me not to tell him anything else about the future. He said he couldn't stand living like that, but being constantly aware of what will come to pass. Is every action just part of a pre-ordained dance? I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. William agreed to do what must be done. He agreed to build a countermeasure. This whole time, it was me who set him on this path. He says the machine doesn't have a significant chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently, that hasn't happened yet. That's why I'm staying. That's his way of saying I'm trapped in 1999. Second time around, so here I am. Time machine moved equals success. I worked with Will to get the time machine moved. Had to make sure Paul wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage, so he moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe, the swimming pool. Will spent a big chunk of his research grant buying this property. It's the one place I knew for sure that Monarch wouldn't find it. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. This means it's my new home for the time being. Will refused to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at his workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about abandoned abnormal chronon density anomalies. Whatever, doesn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about his workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. The guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Now that the move is complete and Will is on his way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea. Keep him busy is the only thing that distracted me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look on the bright side. Second chance at having a killer Y2K party. September 5th, 1999. Little me. It's the most surreal experience. Her eyes looked so full of life. Looking at the clouds, invulnerable to the world around her. She looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. Knew that I had to go see her and set her on this mission that she would do what needed to be done, so that someday she would become me. She was in the backyard, bright red duffel coat, playing simple pleasures. It's strange, I remember the small details so differently the first time round. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom, gifted me with purpose. Now I was that woman, trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell. It didn't matter. I knew she was too young to see through those things on my face. She didn't also have the reading face knowledge that you learned over the years, that you told yourself to do so. Didn't spill water that time. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up the simple pleasures to pursue a life that would bring nothing but pain and hardship. Promised her that it would be all worth it, that she would make a difference, that she would save the world. She believed me. January 1st, 2000, epic Y2K party. Ate bagels with cream cheese and watched Buffy reruns in a drained swimming pool. Party on. Tried to stop it the second time. I warned them, told them exactly what was going to happen, nothing changed. Came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child, but since then I've seen things that make me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe that what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of Monarch, I tried to stop Paul, both versions of him. Every action was negated by a force of timeline that cannot be bent or broken. I tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents, Christmas of 1999, knew what happened to them. This time I was there. A car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led it to happen as it always did. Huh. Went to the funeral, I watched Jack cry. I watched Will go build a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment, and I could do nothing about this. And now this. About it, and now this. Fuck. They spotted me near Will's workshop, barely got out of there alive. After all the time, Sirena's still obsessed with finding me. He won't give up until he does. I have to be more careful in the future. The end of time. Been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been dreading doing this, but it's time. I have to write about it. It's the only way to move past it. In 2016, I entered the time machine, intended to travel back into 2010. That didn't happen. Dr. Admiral changed the date, and when I exited the machine, I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course, time had stopped altogether. The entire world was frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function, or so I thought. Oh, she did have the thing on her. I wonder if that helped. The shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echoed through my dreams. The entire world was still except me. They didn't like moving. They really didn't like moving. I stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living that through the proof. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare that I couldn't wake from. Surrounded by a constant reminder that my mission would fail. Never able to stay in one place because the shifter was always searching, always hunting. I was alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters become agitated, but I was nowhere near them. I wasn't alone there. They were following someone else, Paul. A younger Paul, scared, weak, vulnerable. He found me, tried to convince me that we need to work together to help each other through. He found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He did go... Yeah, Paul did go forward after the fracture had started. So I guess that's how he ended up here. Oh well. He had no training, no killer instinct, but he had those damn powers, and all I had was the chronal harness. The end of the world, the only two people left, and we became sworn enemies. I can't be sure how long we spent there. Could have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. Our grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through that suffering. We've shared an experience that no other human has endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest point in order to stop this from all happening. He had yet to learn that the past cannot be changed. I followed him through the machine, but he escaped. He formed Monarch. He built an empire. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shape what he became. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time. That can't be my part. That can't be my part in all this. There has to be more. I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the shifters coming. I almost feel their presence. Much of the experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory, but there was one detail that I cannot shake, one detail that brings my entire mission into question, one detail that haunts me. 2021. Huh. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be complete. I spent most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my speciality. Still wonder if Jack will follow the plan. If he emerged from the machine in 2010, best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I cannot let those thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present. Focus on what's in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going. Just focus on the present. Society, which is technically the past. So I decided to take on some hobbies, tried poetry, got depressed, dabbled with guitar for a while, smashed it against the wall, then I started experimenting with graffiti. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels, partly in the form of self-expression, partly as a means of release, partly just to fuck with people. What happens with Joe when Joe analyzes some graffiti on the wall one day, builds an inspiration in his head, and then 3 years later his description of that image becomes true? Not sure. But it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least this gives me the illusion of some kind of power. That illusion is what's keeps me holding on. Sometimes I leave anonymous notes in people's mailboxes telling them what will happen next. Watch their reaction from afar. Voyeurism and graffiti. That is my life these days. Focus on the present. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt the need to follow him, to watch his life from the outside, but now I think I understand. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death on the outside of the faction. Worst day of both our lives even. He was broken and the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort seeing him in happy times. I watched his band play a gig nearby. Atrociously bad, whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. But there was something pure about seeing him up there, letting them all out. He never had an easy life. It's nice to see that he found a way to release that all. He just looked happy. It made me forget everything else. The nightmare stopped for a while after that, so I kept focusing on him. It gave me something else to focus on. I spent most of my life hiding who I was, what I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I've told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through the machine on July 4th, 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years has passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then. And for him, it could only be a matter of minutes. What do I say? That I saw the end, that this might all be for nothing. I was the one who believed without question that we would stop the fracture. The confidence has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. Fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years I felt invincible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. It's also kind of funny, the idea that she met him, left, and then Jack just spent 10 minutes reading her diary, and she's just like, is he coming to check or what? December 11th 2007 memory. Tonight I painted something in the university campus. It was only after I finished that I took a step back to look at it and realize I've seen it before. A decade ago, remains of something painted on the wall but washed away. It was a jolt. Is it all futile? Nothing nothing sticks, nothing changes, all of it washed away by the river of time. Fucking time travel. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so. Short exchanges just to get updates on his progress build countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he is now confident he knows how the countermeasure will work. He told me that the countermeasure will be able to reverse a fracture in time, but in order to do so must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered inefficient. I asked him what it would mean if the end of time ever occurred. He said it would mean that the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. Everything I've done has been nothing. Financially, the day is here. Soon receive word from Will. Word that Will has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. I've come to accept that it doesn't matter. Doesn't mean we will succeed. I've come to accept my mission. That my mission is a lie. But I'm not giving up, lie or not. I devoted my life to this cause. Gave me meaning. It's all I've ever known. Even if I've seen the proof that won't succeed, I'm not giving up. I will decide every ounce of courage. Dedicate every ounce of courage I have left. Seeing this through, I'll retrieve the countermeasure. I'll keep it safe until 2016. I'll do everything in my power to achieve it when the time comes. I will fail, but I will fail knowing that I did everything in my power to save the world. For years, I'd hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I've given up on that hope. This mission started with me alone, and that's how I'll end. This will be my final entry. And then we showed up. Oh, it's just the light bulb. So I know this is emotional and important, but I'm also easily distracted. As you should know.
11 years.
All of calendars.
I'll unlock the door.
So where's Will? Where's the countermeasure?
The countermeasure's at Williams' workshop, where he built it.
Then that's where we go.
Yes. That was the plan. Just have to unlock this. My supplies are upstairs. We'll need to get them. There's so much you don't know that you never saw. I gave up on the idea that she would ever come.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I told you once our fate is already laid out for us. I still believe that. More than ever. I'm just worried what that might mean.
It means we finish this.
Hang on.
You need gear? Take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river. Along with everything else I brought here.
That's a little drastic.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence. Let me know when you're ready to go.
I changed my mind. I want... There we go. I want the assault rifle back. Light machine gun I would. If it wasn't like, if we could re-thingy it.
Okay. The countermeasure's at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop the fracture. That was always the plan.
That is still the plan.
Yes. Ready when you are, Jack.
You followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
You kept tabs on him.
And he's kept tabs on me.
Hang on. Wait. Is it in here? Is it downstairs? Hang on a minute. I just assumed it was an upstairs thing. I think there's another one we probably missed. Oh. Ooh.
It'll take me months to reconstruct a time machine here. It may not even be possible.
It is, William. I've already seen it happen.
I think we're just gonna move on. Sure, we've probably missed one of the things, but we've already. I already know that we've missed one, so it's not like, oh my gosh, there's we're so close to getting them all. It's like, no, if we've missed one, it's fine.
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters. You followed the plan.
Whatever happened to you, change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
I can't just sit back and do nothing.
You have to let go. Jack. You have to let go. I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw us fail. I saw where this leads. I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
Then we'll die finding out.
Act 4, Part 4. Huh. This is interesting because... Oh, never mind.